himself out like that because, Bernard Hopkins, one of my fucking favorite fighters ever, boy, he ain't no matinee item. And that never played a part neither. Nobody said Bernard Hopkins too ugly. I don't want to watch him fight. Nah, that's stupid as shit, right? But women, I imagine women come across that. And here you are trying to fight and motherfucker worried about what you dress like and what you look like prior to the fights and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. That's rough.
Who do you like in your division? What are some names of that you want to go after as you progress in your career?
I think it's way too early for that right now.
but you gotta have someone. You got when you close your eyes and you thinking about you. There's someone you got your ex on.
I think about arresting, waiting for my time. That's what I think about. I think it's way too soon to be talking about that. But I'm just taking it one fight at a time, working on my craft, working on getting better. Because I have my faults, just like any fighter, and that's all I'm working on right now.
You 130s? You 130 pounds, right? You fight at 130? What you fight at?
118?
So, the goal is to get down to 118. So, my next fight is at 120.
26? What you fought at?
I fought my debut at 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my second fight's going to be at 120 and then ultimately getting down to 118.
Why the hell I thought you was a super featherweight? Did I read that somewhere?
You put that, but I don't know.
Yeah, you should have told me don't put that, man. I have to read that somewhere.
No, I didn't know.
That's why I showed you before I posted, man. If you say it right, tell me something. But
it's because
I guarantee I read it.
I didn't know what 125 was in like those words.
Well, 126 is featherweight. Yeah. So 30 is super featherweight or junior junior lightweight.
I knew the goal is bantamweight. So.
Okay. Well, I read it somewhere. I promise you, because I know you're a little bit ass girl. I see you, but
you was like, how did she get to 130?
I read it though. I promise you, probably on box rec or something.
We have a viewer, Gerardo. What's up, Garcia? A lot of views last night at the bare knuckle boxing main event. Hey, I didn't get to watch it. I was working, but I seen that picture that you posted, Derek, of those two female boxers. What I missed, bro?
They fought. First of all, I don't proclaim to know any kind of fighting except boxing, right? You know that, Fred. I watch it all. I'll watch an MMA fight if it comes on my radar. I'll watch it. The bare knuckle shit. Well, that was the first time I ever watched a bare knuckle fight, and it was because a couple of buddies on Facebook were saying some women was fighting on the bare knuckles. So I say, well, shit, let me check it out. Before the women, I was watching a fight. It was a Vietnamese guy out of the United States. I forget his name, but he was in the bare knuckles. But he was a pro boxer. Man, that shit was brutal, man. He was fighting a MMA guy, and the MMA guy was undefeated in the bare knuckles. And but now they boxing now. They it's punching. It ain't kicking. And I think they allow them to tie up or whatever. I don't know the lingo that they use, but I'm watching and I'm going, man, there's no fucking way I would want any of my fighters to ever go down this path, man. It would have to be like at the end of their career and they just cashing out and somebody's giving them $100,000 to go because they used to be something. Because that's some vicious shit, man. And the two girls, I think they said the girl that was the headliner, the main event, she was an MMA girl. Like I had never heard of her, but and then she was fighting someone. Man, that shit was brutal, bro. Oh, that shit was brutal, man. And because it's like that's funny. That's funny for a fight guy to say that, but shit. And I done hit people with all sorts of shit. That shit was brutal, man. I was like, you know what they do? It was like a scratch line, like dog. I don't know if y'all know anything about it. I ain't never fought dogs, but I know about the sport. Or my bad, is it a sport or is it called like a travesty? I know about the travesty. Anyway, they got a scratch line in dog fighting, right? And you bring your dogs. The two owners bring their dogs to that scratch line. It's called scratch because you got to go up to that line and start fighting. And if your dog don't scratch, he loses, right? Or jumps out the thing, he loses. Man, they got a big ass circle ring. It's some ropes, but it's a scratch line in the middle of this motherfucker. And I'm going, man, they fighting these people like dogs, man. And the ref said, come up to the scratch line. And they came up to the line, bro. And he said, go. And they just like it really ain't no.
Was there an app? Was there an app for this? Or where'd you watch it at?
You gotta order it. Just like everything. You know, everything's an app, but here's the thing.
I gotta catch it.
That shit was brutal, bro. But of course, the little Asian guy who used to be a boxer, he kicked the white dude's ass. Because the white dude, he fought like an MMA guy, you know, just throwing punches, leaning into it and shit. But it was back and forth. The white guy was giving him the business. I think he was the champ. But I was like, man, this shit is brutal, man. It's like, Issa, how many times you listen to somebody that don't know nothing about boxing, and you'll be watching a magnificent prized boxing match, and the people and the fans, especially like in the club or a sports bar or something, they bored. They're like, oh, they not even fighting. And you going, are you not watching this shit? Oh, look at these motherfuckers. It's like for these people. It's for the drunk people at the bar who just want them to stand there and throw punches. Because that's all the boxing is out the window from what I could tell. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's strategy. I'm sure there's strategy and shit I don't know nothing about. So if I'm overstepping my bounds, bare knuckle fighting championship, fuck you anyway, because I don't know nothing about it. But I ain't trying to shit on it. But if you want to watch like some chicken fights, like some cock fights, man, go watch that shit, man. Them boys was brutal, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That shit was vicious.
I think this would be a good time to go ahead and disclaim that we at Soapboxing Podcast do not condone or encourage any dog fighting at all. As a matter of fact, we're against
chicken
it.
Fighting, dog fighting.
I just don't want no lawsuits.
Now, don't get me wrong. A human being wants to get in the bare knuckles, all power to him. You know, go do it. I'm gonna watch it. It's like a car wreck. I'm gonna watch that shit. But it ain't much science in it. Don't look like. I mean, it don't look like. I could be wrong. It's two left shoes, but man, that one girl, man. And here we go. Let me show my chauvinistic side. One of the girls was a real pretty girl, right? And like at the beginning, she was real pretty. and you could see because they said she was like a MMA. She wasn't a boxer, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I never heard of her. But I think she had some UFC or something. And man, she was a real pretty girl, man. And the other girl, I mean, she wasn't the other girl. I wouldn't describe her as ugly or nothing, but one of them was clearly the marketable. And man, you seen that picture after that fight? Ay. Woo! Smoke. They look rough, man. But they stood there. And wow. And the one who I believe was the favorite didn't win. You could see like she was trying to do some boxing, but she wasn't really a boxer. But you could see she was like trying to catch jabs, like trying to catch the punches and shoot. Mm-hmm. But the tall girl just was coming there like a drunk at a bar, just wow, just and hitting them, boom, boom. And I said, man, this shit is vicious.
How were it 3-minute rounds?
It was five rounds. I think it was shorter than 3 minutes. I think it was like 2 minutes, like 5 2-minute rounds, like a 10-minute fist fight. If we clear all the tables and chairs at the bar, and these motherfuckers just in there swinging, and that shit was vicious, man. It was crazy, bro. I'm gonna watch the next one just to see.
It's 2 minutes.
You said I'm a fan.
We got confirmation. They're 2-minute rounds. God damn.
2 minutes. Hey, it wasn't much boxing. Hey, ask him. What's his name? Garcia.
Yeah.
Ask him. It wasn't much. I don't know if he's a boxing fan. It wasn't much boxing going on. It was fighting. They was fighting. It was just fist fighting. Oh, I said, man, this shit is rough. And the little Asian dude, like you could see he had some boxing, and he was just like, boxing ain't gonna get it. So he stood there and just was winging shots to the tall guy, and he was giving that tall guy the blues, man. You gonna break some hands in that shit, man. Yeah. Them hands gonna break, man. You can't. Our hands ain't meant to hit shit like that, man.
Hey, so we always, when we have fighters that come in, and we always love hearing stories like, you know, we've had fighters that come in and say they fought in underground clubs. We've had other fighters come in and say they didn't tell their coach they broke their back. We've heard other fighters say, you know, they fought with a broken hand. Do you have any exciting stories, anything that you want to reveal to fans, and or something that's been crazy that's happened in your career so far?
Something that's crazy? Nah,
Or not yet?
Yeah, hey, just
I think
it's still young.
early.
Yeah.
Just make it up, baby girl.
Yeah.
Just make it up. 3 at a time. We fought 3 at a time one night.
Maybe I have something. Right.
Marketing.
I was attacked by a polar bear the night before a fight.
That bitch is a rug now. That bitch is a rug in my front room.
I came out wearing it to the fight.
Yeah, nah. Maybe sometime down the line, you know.
There we go. Well, when it happens, remember to think about us, and we'll get you back on the show.
Yeah.
Who are some of
guess what happened?
who are some of the fighters that you grew up watching and enjoyed? Did your dad had any favorite fighters that he would put video on or tape on?
You know, like I said earlier, like I hated boxing, like growing up.
So you wouldn't even watch it, huh?
I would not watch it. Like I would go to like the fight parties because, like, obviously, like my dad and my brothers, like they all love boxing, so they would get together with their friends, and they would take us to go see like some fights. But I would always end up falling asleep. Like I wanted no parts. So like it was like everything kind of changed. Like once I started like on Team USA, that I started like traveling the world. Like that's like when my whole like perspective on it changed. So, but growing up, boxing was not my thing.
Nice. Well,
Tell me about Kate. You over there is no secret. He's a friend of mine, and I think a tremendous coach. You over there with a gang of a literal gang of top. You know, a bunch of y'all just not turning pro, but that don't mean shit. Like y'all, the next wave of boxing. Put it that way. That's from Jared Anderson to you.
You got Shakur over there, huh?
Shakur's already a world title, but between world champion, but which he's the future too. I mean, he ain't did shit yet. He's about to take over boxing, but between Troy, Easter, Duke, who am I missing over there?
On down here.
It's a gang of. I was joking with Kate the other day. I said, motherfucker, I know what you're doing, bro. You locking up the whole sport. You got everything over there, man. Everything at every weight class. Y'all finna take over, cause I'm serious. That Anderson, what Jared Anderson got? Like 6-7 fights?
Something like that. Yeah.
He's the future of heavyweight boxing. Straight like that. I can see it already. Unless the train goes off the tracks in some way we don't see. Yeah. That guy is a problem, man. But all of them, man, I marvel at all of y'all, man, and being in that environment.
Yeah.
I was over there watching. I was watching Keyshawn for the first time in person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was in there sparring, and Shakur standing there, so I walked over. I said, "Is this little motherfucker like a right hand to you, bro? What?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "This motherfucker so cold." I'm like, "Man, being in that environment with all of y'all top fighters, man, there's no way that y'all not feeding off of each other, learning every day." Yeah. And I told Quentin, I said, "Look, man, when you there during the day, because I can't come during the day till the weekends." I said, man, coaches it looked like they just bringing lunch sacks over there to them boys, man, and throwing them shits in the ring. It's rough, man. Them boys could fight, man. Everything in there could fight. So, you know, Kate, I'm going to get Kate on this show before it's over with, but just asking you about it. He's your trainer. some of the things that you're picking up, some of the things you'll appreciate over there working with a trainer like that.
Yeah, you know, Kay's